Travis went good, so I should be going to bed. I should have watched an episode of Rizzoli and Isles, having dinner. I haven't gotten any of that. So the summary video for the day is that Mormons just can't resist taking away the agency of others. It's just unbelievable, the level of hate. So, yeah, Mormons know it. They're taught Lucifer's plan of happiness. If you want to call it happiness, even though it leads to misery, and all Mormons know it. It leads to misery, taking away agency. It's right there in Moses chapter 4, verses 1 through 4. Mormons know this doctrine. They know the theology behind it. And yet they cannot resist. They can't stop following Lucifer. Because when you take away people's agency, that is the precepts or principles or doctrines that you have faith in. And thus, Mormons worship Lucifer, because worshiping has to do with the being in whom you have faith in and the precepts of that being. And Mormons call him Jesus Christ, even though that's not our God. But nonetheless, Mormons still refer to Lucifer as Jesus Christ. They just don't understand that that's what they're doing. They can't make the connection that, hey, maybe by taking away this person's life, liberty, and or property, I'm acting as Lucifer. And so maybe I shouldn't do that, because Lucifer's plan is not the right plan. Heavenly Father's plan is the plan I should be choosing, and that's the reason why I'm on earth with a body and Lucifer is not, according to Mormon theology. It just blows my mind. But nonetheless, so the week begins. There will be a sign in the heaven tomorrow with the moon on the top of the scales of judgment. And then Thursday, the 30th. And then the 1st, Saturday. Yeah, I never know what's going to happen until after it happens. I just know that there's a sign, and I can tell you about the sign, but in this particular case, I'm not quite sure of how the outcome will happen. But, yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, I really don't have much else to go over. Mormons are supposed to look for the signs in the heavens. That's their baptismal covenant. It's in our scriptures that once we're baptized, we're supposed to be looking for the signs of His coming so that we may know Him. If we're not looking for the signs, then we're not going to know when they are occurring. And if we're believing and following Lucifer's plan of happiness, then you don't know the true Christ who's coming. And like I said, it's not Adam as Heavenly Father from Brigham Young, and it's not the Mormon Christian hybrid Jesus of the Gospels. It's more in line with the Jewish mortal man who's coming. The God, that's way back yonder at the beginning, as had in the Egyptian records. But again, that's the uniqueness of Mormonism that Mormons have chosen not to believe in, as Mormons would rather worship Lucifer, follow Lucifer's plan of happiness by taking away other people's agency, trying to silence them. You can't speak out against our church. You can't leave our church. You're fallen. You're apostate. You're evil. That's Lucifer's plan, guys. You're supposed to love. You're not supposed to spew hate. You're not supposed to condemn. You know, the people Mormons who have left the Mormon church and have stopped going, they don't want any part of Lucifer's plan. They don't want to be in Lucifer's church. They may not recognize it as such, but they know that, hey, you know, the abuse against women, the abuse against human beings, the abuse against blacks, the abuse against children, that's not right. That's not Jesus' way. That's what they recognize. And so they're gone. Because that's not the plan of Heavenly Father that they've been born and raised in the church to believe in. That's same with me. You know, I was born and raised as a Mormon to not be a Mormon. I did that video. And put my picture as a Boy Scout in the... I've got to redo that picture. I tried doing a photograph of it, and so I had to adjust it to keep the light off of it. And then I figured out that I can scan photos. So I haven't gotten around to scanning them. I've got to go through a pile of papers to find them. But, yeah, it's just... Why are Mormons this evil? Why? Why? Mormons will come to my video because they are triggered by the title in full fury and anger, and they'll come on this video and they'll click a thumbs down and immediately leave, not realizing that the thumbs down doesn't show. And some, every once in a while, are brazen enough to put a hate comment or a death threat. It's mostly on the older channel that happens. And it's for the Mormon-friendly videos that I was doing. As they ignore the pinned comment. Go to this video on this channel. Not this video, but a video on this channel that I link them to. Which, by the way, that is skyrocketing in numbers. My goodness. So, yeah, Mormons just can't resist taking away the agency of others. They hail Satan, because that's what it means. So, go ahead, prove me right, Mormons. Prove me right.